This episode is in collaboration with YouPerform. YouPerform is redefining recovery with scientifically backed collagen supplements designed to help you train faster, train harder even, recover faster and feel stronger. Trusted by elite athletes and active individuals alike, their Active Collagen is expertly formulated to support muscle and joint health, reduce recovery time and keep you doing what you love without the setbacks. Power your performance with YouPerform.
Welcome to episode 123 of the Local Runners Podcast, a podcast by runners for runners. We're your hosts. I'm Callum Parkinson.
I'm Katie Kay.
It's you. I'm Dave Norman. I'm still Sean Marlborough.
So,
Smooth again.
Our sponsor this episode is YouPerform, and we've got a giveaway. So we all use the products. Yeah, Sean, it was you.
Yeah.
Sean's error. I'm an ambassador for YouPerform, so I've been using their Active Collagen gel for a while now and swear by it. So one packet every day. And we're going to be doing a giveaway, so keep your eye out on our socials. If you want to have a look at the products that YouPerform, do check them out on socials or have a look on their website, and you can use my code, which is UPKAKA10 for a 10% discount.
So, just over a week to the Tameside 5K. It's coming around quick, isn't it?
Yep.
Come around quick.
So that's the 7th of March. It's really a good course for setting a time if you wanted to put a time on the board for the relays. If you get onto Nifty, that's where you can enter the race, and you can also see, I think you can see the start list on there, can't you?
You can, yeah. Niftyentries.com.
Yeah. So it's £12 for attached and £14 for unattached athletes. We have set the limit to 280, and we're very close to hitting that actually. So if you do want to get entered, enter soon to avoid disappointment.
I think we had 22 entries left. So the number will say at the moment, at the time of recording, it's about 281, 282, but that includes the children doing the family
Pacers,
mile as well.
Does it?
Yeah, well, we've got to include the Pacers in the 280. Yeah.
Right. We know, don't we? I think from experience now that it will probably sell out now.
Yeah.
So we'll get into it. We've got another memento, Callum, haven't we?
We have.
You're going to reveal? Are we revealing?
It's already been on socials.
Fridge magnet.
But it's a fridge magnet. Yeah.
Well, that's good. It's different, isn't it?
Yeah. Really good quality as well.
Also moving into the summer, we've got the Black Night Charge. That's going to be on Wednesday the 22nd of July, 7:30 kick-off, I'm assuming, again this year. You can also go onto Bucket Zone and enter that now. So do make sure, we've talked a lot about supporting club races. So the Black Night is East Cheshire Harriers in partnership with ourselves at Local Runners Podcast. So make sure you get into that and enter that. And that does sell out every year since we've been working with East Cheshire on that.
Dovestow Diamond just came out as well, and I signed up to that.
That's sold out already, has it?
Is it sold out already?
Has it?
So, yeah.
Oh, it was sale yesterday, has it? Not surprised me though.
I could be wrong. I thought I'd seen it in a group somewhere that I'd sold out.
To be fair, you were wrong about the order. I know we were talking a minute ago. So
yeah, I will read the script at some point.
Yeah. So, as we've mentioned previous, we've got Twisted running for all our Local Runners Podcast kit. So our ambassadors all got a new delivery of kit the other day. If you want to order anything, go on, check out their kit. They've got a discount code for us, which is LRP10. So if you wear any of the kit, get it, tag us on socials, and we can get sharing.
If you're looking for a friendly local running community, then check out Friday Night Runners in Horton Green, Greater Manchester. They meet every Friday at 6:30 outside the Chapel House pub in Denton. And it doesn't matter your pace, whether you fancy a brisk walk or a gentle jog or a full 5k run, everyone's welcome. The best part, they always finish together for a social at the pub, so it's a great way to meet people and have fun while staying active. So go along this Friday evening, no one gets left behind.
Tameside Council have asked if we can raise awareness of an event that they're holding aimed at helping women to feel safe and supported in the community. So they're holding a lunch and learn event on Tuesday the 10th of March, 12pm till 1pm, where you can hear from the University of Manchester, and they're sharing the findings of a research study which found that 75% of women runners across Greater Manchester have experienced abuse while out running, which is awful, that, isn't
Yeah.
it? 75%. So they're calling for all individuals, clubs to get involved. The link to sign up, it's an online event, can be found on the council's social media sites, or you can search White Ribbon Campaign for more info on the topic.
So now on to race reviews. First up, we've got the Hale 10K that took place on Sunday the 15th of Feb, taking runners through Hale, Bowden and Ashley for the 5th edition of the race and the second year that it's sold out. In the men's race, the winner was Reece Brown in 31.38. Second was Jonathan Kay of Bolton United Harriers in 31.59. James Horman of Liverpool Harriers was 32.10. In the women's race, Sarah Defoe Jackson of Vale Royal won in 33.27, setting a course record. Heather Tomlinson of Bolton United Harriers in 35.13 was second. And then Emma Nevesey, is that right? Nevesey
Yeah.
of Preston Harriers in 37.05. So local shouts, Richard Johnson of Altrincham, 35.56. Andrew Rogers of Royton Road Runners, 39.23. Sam Mabbott of East Cheshire Harriers, 36.12. Claire Barnes or McMurdoch, I'm not too sure which one to call her at the moment.
Barnes, I think.
Barnes of Salford Mets, 37.58. And Mike Race, what a name, of Salford Mets in 48.34, both previous guests. And we also had Chris Middleton, local Love Island star and local runner, in 35.14, which is a fantastic run from him.
Media City Half Marathon took place on a cold but dry day on Sunday the 15th of Feb. A perfect day for a PB on the fast, flat 2-lapped course on closed roads around Eccles and Salford, starting and finishing at Media City. The results for the men: in first place we had Simon Cole of GOG Triathlon Club in 1 hour 10.13. Jonathan Manning in second place, 1 hour 10.24. And Jack Martindale in third place in 1 hour 11.49. For the women, we had Laura Hesketh of Clayton Harriers in 1:14.21. Second place, Sarah Brown in 1:20.19. And in third place, Gemma Moore of GOG Triathlon Club, also 1:21.20. Quite a few local shouts. So we had previous guest Sarah Barron of Bramall Runners in 1:23.05. Alia Braithwaite, previous guest from Bury, in 1:23.19. Rachel Brown, Charlton, 1:23.43. Lucy Wasinski of Glossopdale, 1:26. Andy Sykes, previous guest, East Cheshire Harriers, 1:26.47. Matt Henderson, Hyde Village Striders, 1:29.26. Charlotte Bliss of Glossopdale, 1:35.54. Ruth Tidd of Altrincham, 1:37.42. Duncan Delaney, East Cheshire Harriers, 1:37.32. Bill Allwood, 1:34.03. Bev Bealey, previous guest, 2 hours 33. Karen Fleming, East Cheshire Harriers, 1 hour 43.11. Emma Smith, East Cheshire Harriers and Local Runners Podcast Ambassador, 1:45.50. Stephen Jones, 1 hour 47.08. And Stephen Daniels, Twisted Running, 1:52.18.
Twisted Daniels.
Hello, Twisted Daniels. Tongue tied.
Just got some results from the Seville Marathon as well, which took place on Sunday. So I'm going to give a shout to Dan Nash, who ran a PB, 2:11 man there, which unbelievable run considering a bit of up and down build up with a tendon injury. More locally, we had Tom Charles of Chorlton Runners as well. It's 2:21.50, and that was a big PB for Tom, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Was
That's
he wearing
from,
a different vest?
It was.
It was a running bus or something, wasn't it?
Running
Some
bus.
sort of sightseeing tour.
Sightseeing tour
Yeah.
bus. Yeah.
Right, maybe that's the answer then. Maybe ditch the Chorlton vest and
Yeah.
yeah.
City tours it was.
That's it, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, I know he's put a couple of posts on his socials about actually training for a marathon and not running marathon after marathon, and and that seems to be working, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
You see his results now.
Yeah.
Previous guest as well, Tom. We had Luke Foley of Horwich as well, 2:24.19. That was a PB. Andy Mellor of Rossendale is 2:32:45. I think he's Josh Birmingham's coach.
That's correct, yeah.
Look at that for knowledge. Great run. Michael Whittam, Whittam from Altrincham, 2:33:59. Some great running here. Louisa Whittingham of Wilmslow, 2:46:54. Is that daughter of
Andrew, who's a previous guest, of course.
Keep reading.
Yeah.
Great
Says it.
on that.
Yeah.
Does it? I'm not. You know me and scripts, Callum. Come on. But I will read it this because it's interesting. Beating Andrew's PB to become the fastest Whittingham. There you go. Richard oh God.
He's a Salford Harrier,
I
Sean.
know,
Come
but I'm
on.
struggling with that. Sturzaker. 2:48:55. And Russell Astley Coates finally nailing the marathon, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Having a great run to run 2:34:21. Not just the time, but the way he executed it was well deserved.
Negative
and,
split as well, didn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Perfect.
perfect. Long time coming that as well.
Yeah. And just on Louisa's run, I meant to include it in that little summary I sent to you, but I was looking at her splits.
Yeah.
So she actually got quicker towards the end, but very well paced.
Yeah.
Started with a 6:31, very even throughout, and then finished with her fastest miles of the race.
More to come.
6:11, 6:07, last 2 miles, the fastest 2 of the race.
Great run that.
Okay, moving on now to the National Cross Country Championships. So these took place over the weekend, Saturday 21st of February. East Hardwick Park in Sedgefield was the host venue. The National is the biggest cross-country event in the UK, with 3,800 runners taking part in this year's race. And it was the first time in 13 years that the North East had hosted the event. The biggest race of the day was the senior men's race, with 1,300 runners taking part. And the highest placed local runners were Finlay Prophet of Trafford AC and the Manchester League Series winner Arlo Ludovic, who placed 6th and 7th. Salford Harriers, they were led home by previous guest Dave Barrett in 26th place, and they won bronze team medals, with another previous guest Callum Rowlinson also making the scoring 6. Further down the field, Gareth Raven of Salford Harriers was one of the first over 50s to finish in 256th place, and in doing so completed his 31st consecutive national. So the results of that senior men's race, Hugo Milner of Derby AC was the winner in 37:07. James Kingston of Tunbridge, a previous winner, was second on the day with 37:21. And then it was last year's winner, Richard Slade of Chiltern Harriers, who was third in 38:10. In the senior women's race, the highest placed local was the recently crowned Northern champion Katie Hawkins of Salford Harriers, who placed 23rd in the race. Bethany Reid of Trafford had a great run, one place behind her to place 24th. So the results of that race, Lucy Jones of Herne Hill was the winner in 28:54. Amelia Quirk of Bracknell was second in 29 minutes. And Molly Smith, also of Herne Hill, was third in 29:02. In the younger age groups, the highlight was the junior women's race, where Salford Harriers won team gold medals, with Jasmine Wright and Freya Murdoch finishing 9th and 10th. And in the junior men's race, Jack Marwood of Salford placed 6th amongst much older runners in his first year in the age group, while Macclesfield Harriers' Gus Fisher was the only local athlete to win an individual medal, taking silver in the under-13 boys race.
Thanks, Dave. We had yesterday Stockport Trail Half as well.
We did.
Never done it. Anyone done it?
Hey.
Well, apart from you, obviously. I've got your name down for the results. But it was starts and finishes on the Marple end of the Middlewood Way, and it heads along the way before joining Macclesfield Canal Path. Yesterday was actually surprisingly good conditions in terms of the weather, because it wasn't raining for once and it was sunny. But because of all the rain we've had, and it has rained literally every day since September, it's just completely
It's like
muddy
cross-country.
it's pretty rough. But it didn't stop a good field turning out, and in the men's race we had Daniel Orr finishing in first with a 1:16:27. Second place was Daniel Sutton, 1:17:07, and I've got them both not attached.
Daniel Sutton's definitely unattached at the moment.
Yeah, okay. And then in an hour and 20 we had Adam Thompson of Stockport Harriers. In the women's race we had just 6 seconds behind the third male, Heather Tomlinson, who finished first for Bolton United Harriers and AC. She obviously 4th overall. And then in second female was Rosie Bradshaw in 1:32.02. And then Mel Partington was 3rd in 1:32.12.
Great run that by Heather Tomlinson, 120 on that course, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's a good time. I was surprised to see how close she was to the podium
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was also mentioned by Callum in the Hale 10k race review. She was second behind Sarah DeFore Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You ran yesterday.
I did, yeah.
How was it?
Muddy. It was good though. I loved it. A lot of people didn't like it because it was muddy, but I love that because I like cross country. Though I hate flat tarmac. I just find that boring. So the fact that it was really muddy and you're having to watch where you're going and splash about.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It was definitely. I mean, we were out on our long run coming back, weren't we? So, we had running against the traffic really, but there's so many runners shouting at us when we were coming past, and and the opposite as well.
There was a good atmosphere though, I think, like you say, because it was bright, wasn't it? Although the conditions underfoot weren't great, it was really bright. It felt like the first
day of spring.
day of spring.
Did.
Just had that feel in the air, didn't it?
No
So
gloves in the t-shirt yesterday, mate.
Exactly, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was good.
Should we do some training and racing?
Let's.
So I've had 2 good weeks of training.
Get in.
Yeah, minimal elliptical work. I've been on the elliptical this morning, but only because I had a long run yesterday. But then I have run again now this afternoon, and I did the same last Monday. So elliptical in the morning, run in the afternoon, which is just kind of replacing a double day. And I've had some really good sessions as well. So I've been going, starting to bring in some of the Salford sessions on a Tuesday. And topping it up in the morning with a very sort of small threshold session on the treadmill. So we're going to keep that in as we go into Trafford 10k. It's Trafford 10k this weekend, so I'm going to do that. First road 10k in 2 years. That's just that's more
Was
like
your Trafford PB your last road 10k?
Yeah, which is disturbing because I'm not going to run that time this weekend. I'll have a think about that before we get to it. But yeah, it's been 2 really good weeks of training, and I've been going to the Etihad on Friday night as well, doing my threshold sessions on there because it's really quiet on a Friday. You've got a couple of run clubs down. Well, that's it really, and they're pretty disciplined. I don't know who they are, but they're pretty good. You know, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not blocking the lane or anything like that, because sometimes you get them jogging around in massive groups, don't you, and it's a bit annoying. So there's good etiquette on a Friday night. We'll get some email. They'll come to me then. Don't worry about that.
They can go to you as well.
But yeah, I mean, just etiquette, isn't it? Everyone needs to just follow the track etiquette.
Yeah.
That's what etiquette is. You know what I mean? And it just means everyone gets the run they want. So, and Friday nights is really good. So there's a couple of run clubs down, and they're running really well coached. So you've just got it feels like you got the place to yourself really. And it's just easier than going out to Outram in the rain because the weather's been so crap, hasn't it? And last thing I want to do is roll my ankle, not being able to see, and in puddles and things like that. So I've been just trying to take a little bit of risk out of my training by doing that, and that's gone really well. And then last couple of weeks, remember I said I was going to see if I could speak to Dan about pushing my long runs up a bit. So we've done that. So we did 2 hours last week, and then 2 hours 15 this week. Just gone. I felt really good on them long runs as well. No problems with the ankle. It's like one of them really. I can feel it. You know, when you think about an injury that you've got or had, you can kind of feel it in the background, but it's definitely getting better now. I think if I just completely ignore it and just don't do like what I've done today and throw the elliptical in now and again when you just start to feel it, it'll just come back. So I need to respect it, but I'm able to be doing quite a lot of training now without it kicking off, and that's the main thing.
What was your running mileage week then?
79.9 annoyingly last week. Yeah, Yeah, if I'd have known that, I'd have gone out and done some strides Sunday afternoon. Talking about being sensible. Yeah, just make it up to 80. I actually missed a run last week because I woke up on Friday morning with a really bad migraine. Just get migraines, me, for no apparent reason. I just wake up with them. And I just couldn't run Friday morning. So I just focused on getting right for Friday night because I had a session. So yeah, I just missed it. That would have put it up a bit. But it was only a 40-minute easy run. It wouldn't have really made any difference to the week. Yeah, I've got a Trafford 10k this weekend, so really looking forward to it. You know what I mean? To get into a race again. And I'd love to sort of get I want to be under 35 minutes, but I'd like to be around mid 34s. Which is a bit off where I've been, but to be honest, I'd snap your hand off at that at the moment, just to get a good line in the sand, and then I've got a half marathon in a couple of weeks after that, and then hit some more marathon specific stuff then, so probably won't do as many sessions. I'll do one session Wednesday and one session Sunday, I think. Yeah, that's it.
I think you said before, Trafford and Mid Cheshire especially just feel like races where everybody just is there to
Hammer it.
Try and go for it.
Yeah, definitely.
The type of races you really like.
I mean, Strava's killing me with my predicted time. It hates me, Strava. It's got just like a massive campaign against me. It must have heard the podcast, whoever does it. Look at the algorithm now, it's what it's giving me on my predicted times. Where are they in your...
They're in your profile.
Yes.
And then progress.
Progress.
And further down.
Can't remember where they are now.
Do you know how to use Strava?
Progress, I've got it. Here we go.
Oh God!
Look at it. Ooh! So it's given me a 17:24, a 35:33, and a 1:18:34 for the half. So that might be right. Who knows? But yeah, it's not happy with what I'm doing.
I very much doubt that.
So mine, what was your 5k then?
17:24.
Mine's 17:26. 35:50.
35:33. Got you there.
1:19:43.
1:18:34.
And then 2 hours 53:08.
Yeah, 2:45:58, which is not. That's probably about right. That.
Mine's massively come down after doing my session yesterday. Mine's massively come down.
That's just getting worse every time I run.
Just start looking at it.
Yeah. You'll
So
run how you run.
I want to like in Valencia where I wanted to beat me Strava time. I'm gunning for it this Sunday. So let's go Strava.
Game on.
Fair enough. So for me, for my training, so after we recorded last time, I had a track session. It was quite a meaty track session. It was 1200, 1600, 2k, and then 1600, and then 1200, all at 550s. And then did a tempo to the Pike on the Thursday, but I was way off it. I was about 30 seconds off the segment, so I'll get it one day. And then last Sunday on the Middlewood Way, I did 4x3 miles, all at 6:30s. One thing that James said that he wanted to start looking at was the heart rate as well, and I'm hitting my lactate heart rate on my 6:30s, which is around near enough my marathon pace. So that's a really good sign. And then last week just gone, I introduced some double days. So on Tuesday and Thursday I had 3 miles easy in the morning, and then in the evening I had 12 400s and 4 200s, and then on Thursday I did 2 lots of 3 miles at marathon pace. And then Sunday was the big one, 20 miles at 7-minute miles, and I was hurting yesterday. I was so sore when I got home. I'm still hurting a bit today, to be fair.
You did it though.
Yeah, I did. And then I've then what I forgot this week. I've got a smaller session this week. Like little school kids.
Look, we're just looking at what Strava's. Mine and Dave's times fall off a cliff on the same day. They've definitely downloaded that episode when we were. So I went from a 16:14 predicted time down to a 17:34 overnight on February the 14th.
What did you do on Valentine's Day? Ooh, naughty. Anyway, so this week I've got some smaller sessions, and then I've got a Trafford place as well for Sunday. So looking forward to doing that and giving
nice.
that a good run out. And then...
So you'll miss a long run this week then?
Yeah.
Is that planned?
Yeah. So it was due to be a down week anyway. And then racing Trafford. Then the week after I'll have another long run. Week after that I'll have Grindleford, which is 21 mile on the Saturday, on the 14th.
How hard would you run that?
I want to get a sub 3 on that. That's, I think the last time I went through my times the other day, I went 3:12, 3:09, 3:05 I think, and then 3:03.
You're definitely in better shape now than then though, aren't you?
Yeah, so that was in 2020.
Yeah.
That was the Friday before I ran it last time, was the day they called London Marathon off.
Yeah. You look at these long runs you're doing now.
Yeah, my only worry is like footwear, what to wear, because the last time I ran it, the last 3 times I ran it in Innovates, and they were ex-Talons. So I looked at these today, and they've got a massive hole in, so I can't wear them. But I definitely need something with a lot of grip. So I've got another pair of trail shoes that have got good lugs on them. So I'm going to that long run the week after Trafford, I'm going to run it near my house, where I think I mentioned it last time. It'll go round Debdale, so it'll be a little bit of mud, it'll be a little bit of trail, it'll be a little bit of tarmac, which is exactly what Grindleford is. The only difference will be is that I won't be able to practice hills there. So yeah, that's it. That's it. We've got Trafford. Trafford's just going to be, I'm going to say full send, just see what I can get out of it.
Yeah. So that's same, mate. It's just to see where you are, isn't it?
Yeah. I think it'll be good to see where I'm at compared to like Daffodil at the beginning of the training block. I got just over 37 minutes, and I'd probably say that's about a minute on a flat. So if I can get low 36 or under 36, I'll be buzzing. So yeah, that's it from me.
Just on the threshold. Are you basing your thresholds on your lab tests that we did? Yeah.
So I think that was once. I think it was like 176 or 175.
Top end.
Yeah. And then the run yesterday was consistently, I think when we were running together and I was going about 650s, it was creeping up to about 166. As soon as I slowed down, it went to like 161.
Yeah. And
then it kind of hovered there and then just slowly built up to about 166 when I was dying at the end.
Which is normal.
Yeah. I was expecting that.
Yeah.
And that is it from me. Dave.
Here we go. Well, so last time the plan was to try and do the national this weekend. So guess that'll be the focus of this update. So I've been managing this tendon injury since the middle of December, which has been improving slowly week by week. Never really gone away completely, but I did feel like there was a big improvement over the last 2 weeks when I shifted the focus to, on the physio's advice, to focus more on hamstring and glute work, to the point where it was improving very quickly by the day, and it's actually seems to have completely cleared up now. So that was a real positive. Now my focus, as I mentioned, has been trying to get myself ready to run the National Cross Country Championships, which took place last weekend. The first reason I've been targeting this race is the National's my favourite race of the year, and the second reason is I've not missed one since 1997. So I've now apparently got the third longest streak in the history of the event, so I was determined to get myself there, even if it meant just jogging round. But of course, the ideal scenario would not to be to jog round, it'd be try and be as competitive as I can.
Who were the other run streakers with that?
Martin McGann's managed 50, and now he's had to stop because I think of his knees. Yeah. And then Gareth Raven, so we're all local runners actually from the local area. Gareth Raven, who I mentioned in the race review, he's on 31 consecutive nationals, so he's 3 years ahead of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, after 8 weeks of not really seeing much progress with the tendon injury, as I said, made really good progress in the last 2 weeks, and definitely the work I was doing with the focus on strengthening the glutes and the hamstrings, and doing a lot of activation work immediately before the runs just to get them firing, that seemed to be really helping. So yeah, that's definitely something that was a big positive over the last few weeks. So yeah, approaching the race, so 7 days before the race, I was fully resigned to just getting round. I just felt like after 10 weeks of sort of managing this injury, very low mileage, about half the mileage I'd normally do in the winter. I'd only done one tempo run, where 4 miles at 6 minute miling felt like really, really hard, way harder than it should do. I've not done a race since the start of December, and I've not done any interval work since the start of December either, so yeah, just at that point I was thinking, it's probably going to be realistically a case of getting round, but of course, you want to finish as high as you can, because I do log my finish every year as well. So yeah, at that point 7 days ago, I was still unsure what to wear on my feet on race day. I knew that spikes would carry some risk with the lack of support and cushioning, but equally I know I do feel at home running in spikes in cross country, and I know that it's definitely a much slower option to run in trail shoes. So I did want to know whether I would have the option of running in them. So 7 days before the race, I put on a pair of spikes for the first time in 10 weeks. And I just did 15 minutes worth of interval work on a grass field in Audenshaw. Really, really steady start, just to ease into it, and sort of as the session progressed, just tried to sort of stretch it out a little bit more, but without ever going particularly quickly. So I came through that okay, and then on the Tuesday, 3 days later, I thought I'd put the spikes on again, just for a slightly different session, but again, just 15 minutes total volume. So neither of those sessions were anywhere near big enough to prepare me for a 12.5k cross-country race. But having come through both sessions in one piece, I took the decision that I was going to race in spikes, because I felt the risk versus reward was worth it. So yeah, having got through that second session on Tuesday with no issues, went to see Duncan the following morning for physio treatment, and then the same evening went out for a 7 mile easy run. Now I always feel absolutely terrible after seeing the physio in the morning, but from the moment the run started, my left knee just didn't feel right at all. Not had any problems with my knee since 2008, so this was very, very random. Didn't know what it was, but it didn't start well on the run, and by the end of the run it was quite a concern. So yeah, I couldn't quite believe it. 10 weeks struggling with this persistent tendon injury, finally get on top of it, and now my knee's in agony. Same leg. So I don't even know what it is or why. I don't know whether I've bashed it against something and it's not really registered with me, or whether there's some sort of injury of some sort. But anyway, woke up on Thursday and Friday morning. It was worse first thing in the morning. So I thought, I'm going to have to take Thursday and Friday off completely and just go into the National having not run for 3 days. So yeah, arranged my travel to the race, not knowing if I'd even be able to take part when I got there. Got there, started warming up, took 2 tablets of the most expensive ibuprofen I could find. Normally I go for cheap stuff, but I thought, well, the more expensive stuff's got to be more expensive for a reason. So yeah, I won't buy the cheap stuff for this big race. I'll get the top dollar stuff.
Don't do drugs, kids.
So I took 2 tablets, applied some deep heat, started my warm up, and my knee was in absolute agony. I was like struggling to put one foot in front of the other. I thought, this just isn't happening. And normally I do a 2 mile warm up minimum. I think after 4 or 5 minutes running with Barry Hurst, I just turned around and came back to the tent. Took another tablet, which now took me over the recommended dose. Don't do it, kids. Put more deep heat on, which probably doesn't surprise you. And yeah, after just made my way over to the start, thinking I'm probably just not gonna finish, but I've got to start it. So yeah, started the race, started right at the back. found myself after a few minutes surprisingly around some people that I didn't expect to be around, but anyone who's run the National knows it gets very busy on those first few corners and people can just get held up. So whole of the first lap really in agony with this knee. I'm thinking I just can't see myself finishing this, but by the time we moved on to lap 2 it had eased off. I thought, well, maybe I just needed to warm it up, or maybe this is the pills kicking in, I don't know. So yeah, I went to lap 2 and I'm thinking, this knee's not really bothering me anymore, and I'm actually considering the last 10 weeks, I'm actually doing a lot better than I expected. For perspective, I did that one tempo run on Outram Road, 4 mile at 6 minute miling, absolutely killing myself, and I'm running 550s on cross country for 12.5k. So I'm thinking, this is actually it's not great, but it's going a lot better than I thought it would. And then getting to the last lap, half a lap to go, gone past 6 miles on the watch, and I think the worst thing that happened to me, I mentioned that the other person that's on the big long streak is Gareth Raven, who I've had many a battle with over the years, and Gareth always starts slowly. So we get into the last half lap and he comes by me like he does, and I thought you've only got 2k to go now, you've sort of gone pretty steady to this point, why don't you try and go with him? And as soon as I started striding out down a hill for the first time in the race, I felt my good calf go. So I think there's something in that like obviously I've spent so much time working on this tendon on my left leg, and I've obviously been, to a degree when I've been running, favouring my right leg. I've probably just overloaded my right leg. So I very quickly eased off the gas, thinking, oh God, I hope I've not full on torn that. I'm just going to have to try and get to the finish here. So from that point, I was just, every step I took, I was planting my foot thinking, make sure this isn't the last step you take, and make sure you get a step closer to the finish. But I was just hemorrhaging places that last half lap, probably lost about 50 places. So for perspective, Gareth finished 256th and I finished 303rd. But honestly, if you'd said to ignore the injury, if you'd said to me before the race you're going to finish 303rd, I was 259th last year and I'd had regular training. So I think for perspective, I was surprising myself with how I was going. But
it's one of them this year, isn't it, Dave, where it's not even about position. It's just keep
I'd said that all along, and I knew there was going to be some risk in running in spikes. If I'd carried on running at 90%, which was what I was doing, I probably wouldn't have had any issues. But as soon as I got drawn into a race and we started attacking this downhill, that was where I ran into trouble. That was probably a huge mistake on my part, but you just your competitive mindset takes over, doesn't it? That last 2k, I really didn't think I was going to make it to the finish, so it was a huge relief when I did cross the line. As I mentioned, final finish was 303rd. A little bit frustrating that I was a couple of seconds off the top 300, because obviously you want your finishing position to start with the right digit. But yeah, certainly that position I would have definitely taken beforehand. But obviously where I'm at now, I'm hobbling around. Potentially there is some sort of potentially a minor tear in this right calf, and definitely not walking right on it. And my left knee is still sore, although that is improving quickly now. So it just feels like, obviously I've been struggling keeping going for the last 10 weeks. Running hasn't been particularly enjoyable because every run there's been some element of pain, so it just feels like a good time to take a complete rest, however long that might be for. Have a bit of a reset, get myself fully recovered and over these injuries, and I can just start afresh.
Don't be retiring on us, Dave.
I definitely will not be retiring, don't you worry. So I've already got some targets for the second half of the year, but obviously I don't want to put any targets down for the first half of the year because I need to concentrate on getting myself basically being able to train and race properly again, because I don't feel like I've been able to do that for a while. But on the positive side, I did tick off number 28. Now I've got to make sure I'm ready for number 29 next year. And a full season, ideally. Full season. Yeah.
That's probably a good target, isn't it, to get some races in it the second half of the year and have a good season next winter.
I think realistically, I really enjoyed my sort of build up to the autumn road race season this year.
Yeah.
Coming back into it in park runs in the mid part of the summer, and then doing the road relays, doing nuts for 10k. I really enjoyed Tameside 5k. If I could do a similar racing program in the autumn and then take that into cross country, that'd be where I'd like to be. But I was saying to James Hartshorn at work today, I did miss those summer trail races last year. So, I do really enjoy those races. So, yeah, my aim would be to be able to get back strong enough to be able to do those and enjoy them. Yeah. Okay, over to you, Katie.
Okey-doke. So I've been doing my usual mixed speed, long, easy. I've had 2 big weeks. So this week just finished, did 62.5 miles. Week before did 61 miles, so really building up now. A couple of good runs in there. So on Saturday the 14th I did Hyde Park run. Was taking it easy because I was doing Media City the following day, but of course you don't take part run easy, do you? So finishing 21:03, so I was quite happy with that. Probably one of the fastest times I've run Hyde, to be honest. But then the following day did Media City, but wanted to do it as part of my long run, so planned, as I did last year, to run the race at marathon pace and do a few miles before and a few after. So I did 3 miles before, and then set off. As always, got caught up with the faster runners at the front. My first mile clicked in at like 6:30 something. Well, my marathon pace is like 7:15, so I was way off my marathon pace, but I thought, well, it was dead congested, so I thought, well, I'll just carry on. Then mile 2 clicked in at like 6:33 or something, so I thought, well, maybe I'll just do 10k at this pace, get a bit of speed in. Then I got to 10k, and then you know how it goes, I carried on at that pace. So I ended up doing the half, somehow finished in 1:25:40, which my PB was before that was 1:28 something, so like 3 minutes off my PB. So really unexpected. Even James at the finish said, I didn't get a picture of you because I didn't expect you to come in then. I didn't expect to come in that fast either, so I'm not really sure what happened because that wasn't the plan. And like I say, I had 63 miles in my legs, so I'd not tapered. Done 8 miles the day before with a hard park run, but yeah, felt good. And then did 4 miles after, bumped into Alia and Sarah Barron and ran with them for a little bit. So that was a 20-mile run for last Sunday.
Can we just go back?
Yeah.
Well done on that.
Thanks.
3 minute PB.
Buzzing. I know.
Yeah.
That's
I
massive.
can't believe it.
From someone who was saying not so long ago that she's not going to PB.
I know. I really didn't think. I thought our PB days were over. I know, but it just shows you, doesn't it? If I'd have tapered and probably not ran the day before and overthought it.
I just think, like going back to the marathon as well, you got to have some confidence that you can do something in the marathon.
Yeah.
I definitely think you can, mate. Your training says you can, and that time certainly says you can as well.
Yeah, we'll see. There's quite a few weeks yet in there, so but then this weekend I did Heaton Park run. So again, I woke up and I wasn't feeling particularly, when you can do a fast park run, but I wasn't feeling like that, so I thought I'll go and do one of the hillier ones. Done Stamford, done Hyde recently, so I thought I'll just go and do Heaton. So my legs felt tired as I was running, but I set off. I was chatting to, is it called James Brown from Bury?
Yeah.
So he was the 19-minute pacer. So I was just chatting for him at the start, and then I was in front of him. I was thinking, where is he? Because he was doing 19 minutes. Anyway, then he came past me, but I thought, oh, he's not too far in front of me. I'll just stick with him. So I stuck with him as much as I could. I could just see him in front, and then finished in 19:18 at Heaton Park. I know, 82% age grading.
Well done.
So I thought I'll have that on that course.
Okay.
So I was quite happy with that. But I do think it's deceivingly fast, Heaton, I think, because although you've got the hill, there is quite a bit of downhill, isn't there?
I've never done it.
Have you never done it?
No.
You've done it, haven't you, Dave?
My fastest ever park run was 8.
Yeah, so I do think, people say it's not fast, but I do think it probably is. It's fast. But anyway, but again, I'd not really planned for that. Then on Sunday, took Dave's place, thanks Dave, at the Stockport Trail Half. So again, because I'd raced hard the week before, my plan was just to do an easy long run. So I wanted to do 19 miles. So I took the number and I did stick to my plan. So my plan was to run at marathon pace, or roughly. Again, it's hard to gauge it on that because it's a trail run, isn't it? But I did run at about 7:20 minute miling for the race. Did 4 miles before and 2 after, so took it to 19 miles. And also picked up a surprise prize for first bet 45. So yeah, and I enjoyed that. I love that race. So it was such a nice way to run it, not feeling, having like put myself in the kind of race mode the week before, just to run it like nice and controlled. I mean, I did put a bit of effort in, but it felt really controlled, and yeah, it was a great way to do it. So I'd recommend that, running a race easy within your long run. But yeah, I think what I've learned over those last 2 weeks is around, I don't know, like Sean says, no shit Sherlock, but like fueling is key. Like I've made sure I've got up early, I've took my gels religiously at 4 miles, and it really does make a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah. Bit of a carb load as well before your long run makes a big difference. You don't have to go crazy like you would before a marathon, but I think trying to sort of work make sure you, what's the word, you sort of purposely doing it, you're not just eating some stuff with a bit more carbs in it, but the day before just being a bit more purposeful of what you're eating makes a big difference.
It does. Well, I had like on Saturday, so in between when I'd had my meals, I had malt loaf.
That's
I
good.
just had an odd slice of malt
That's
loaf,
really good.
and had a piece like before I went to bed. I do think it makes a difference.
I think when you eat's important as well. So if you've done the powder in the morning, it's easy to sit around and chat and then get home, not eat for a couple of hours after you've run, but it's important when you eat as well.
Yeah. And I've been having Rice Krispies. I keep reading on, it seems to be what all the influencers are having
Oh God.
at the minute. And so
why
yeah,
they're
they influenced me. So, but it's like rice, isn't it? So yeah, and apparently it's really easy to digest. So it's worked for me. So I've moved now from porridge to Rice Krispies. And then only other thing is good news and bad news. I've been selected to represent GM at the Intercounties, which is good news. But bad news, it falls on the same day as Tameside 5k.
Oh, what a shame to miss the GM as well. It's such a...
It's every year.
I know, it was the same last year, wasn't it? Yeah. So we'll try and get back, but it's in Nottingham, so...
No one picked up on that, did they?
No.
Wow, what did you
What
say?
did you say?
What a shame to miss the GM. Never mind. Stick to podcasting and not comedy.
But yeah, so I can't turn it down. Might not get a chance to do it again. So yeah, that's that. Anyway, enough of us.
Yeah.
We've got Cara with us. So welcome, Cara, one of our new ambassadors.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in. So tell us a little bit about yourself in relation to your running journey, Cara. When did you start and why?
Well, I was never a runner at school. I wasn't sporty, anything like that. I used to wag PE, if I'm honest. I started running about like nearly 10 years ago. I think I'd read a Chris Evans autobiography, the TFI Friday guy, not the actor, and he'd run London Marathon and made it seem like anyone could do it, basically. So that kind of planted a seed. And I'd seen the people running in orange around my town, so I live in Mossley. And yeah, eventually I did a kind of Couch to 5k style course in Stalybridge. But then found out I was pregnant, was exhausted, so I parked it for 3 years, as you do, and then started running again, and finally joined the running club, which has been great. It's really pushed me and given me support and met loads of great people, so that's kind of how I got into it, really.
And where are you up to with your running journey now?
I'm just chipping away, so I've always been just trying to chip away little bits of time off my times. So I've got up to the half marathon stage. I've got no interest currently in doing a full one.
You'll get there.
Yeah. But yeah, I've done I think 4 halves now in the last 2 years, and I'm just still trying to knock like seconds off all my times, really. So.
And what are your longer term goals? Have you got any like long term goals, or would you like to do a marathon? Or
No, not at this point. I think I need a wee too much, to be honest, in half, so I don't fancy it. I've got the Great North Run this year, so I'm really excited about that. I didn't think I'd get in. Yeah, I'm really
You've not done it before, I take it?
No.
Yeah, something else, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
It looks great, but I've just heard it's crazy busy. Obviously,
is,
a bit like London, and just where there's so many people. But yeah, I'm super looking forward to that. And I'm doing Chester Triple this year.
Oh, great.
Not the full one with the marathon. So it's a 10k, a half, and then a metric marathon.
Yeah.
Which I think will be doable. So
How far is a metric marathon?
26k, so I think it's like 16 miles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like that.
it is. Just over 16 miles.
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the most I've ever run, I think, is 15, but I'll manage, yeah.
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 Yeah, be fine.
Well, when you put a number on, you get a bit of magic, don't you?
Yeah.
So you do your extra mile.
Yeah. And what might our listeners like to know about you outside of running? What else do you love apart from running?
Well, I was saying to a few of you recently that I've just got a bike, and I'm
yeah.
trying to ride it, so I can't ride a bike. So I'm learning to do that. I went out again yesterday and I pedalled for about 3 seconds at a time, but I'm getting there. I've also signed up for swimming lessons. So I did learn previously, but I've just got no confidence. So I'm doing that again. And I'm learning I've like started climbing and bouldering, and I'm just doing loads of things that scare me at the minute. It wasn't like a New Year's resolution, but it's just what I'm doing this year.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah.
And walking my dog and just general, getting outside.
Good.
What's your dog called?
Seamus.
Oh.
He's really, really naughty.
Is it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Do you take him running? No.
Yes, but I got him in lockdown, so he's not great with other people or other dogs, so I have to run like first thing in the morning.
Right.
And he's like a crazy pacer. Like we do an out and back and he'll be behind me going like 12.5 minute miles, and then when we turn around to go home he's like 7-minute miles. So it's you can't like plan a run. You can't say I'm gonna have this kind of run,
Yeah.
or he'll stop. He's a bit bonkers, so.
Oh. And of course we have to ask, why did you want to join the podcast team?
I think that at the moment, at this point, my personality is probably like 90% running, so it felt like the right thing to do. I think these podcasts, to me, when you do the interviews especially, it's like when you're running with somebody new, and it's the questions you ask them, like when someone joins my running club and I'll say like, oh, have you always run?
Yeah.
And like, have you got races coming up? And it feels like you're listening to that kind of chat, so I really like that. I like encouraging new people into running. I like all the local running clubs have a really nice vibe. So just anything that supports that, I wanted to get into.
Yeah.
Oh, fab. Well, it's good to have you on board.
Yeah.
So your desert island run, so choose your dream run location, distance and person to run with. Dead or alive.
I'm going to go Sydney, because quite a few people I know have been running over there and it looks awesome. Like in quite a short space you can see lots of the sights. It's flat, it's warm, it's got like a chilled out vibe. So I'm thinking 10k, because why put yourself through like anything worse when you're on holiday. I was thinking to run with. I actually quite like some of these runfluencers, so maybe one of those. Like there's a couple I follow that are really just positive women, like you were saying about fueling.
Yeah.
They give you all that information, supplements, and like getting out in all weathers. So I don't know if you follow like Emily Jane Fairs or
No, I don't know.
what's she, Alyssa McAndrew. They're just really positive. But I think I'm gonna have to plump for my boyfriend Lewis.
Ah, that's nice.
Because he's a speedy runner, so he'd have to slow down. I try and speed up. When we go for a run together, I get all PBs and he gets like the slowest run of his life. So it's a great match.
Oh, I love it. Quick fire, so cross country, yes or no?
No way.
Oh, you need to get in Sean's
No.
camp.
Have you ever done mile pits?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Katie's favourite. that one.
I
It's
love
like an
that.
obstacle course.
Yeah, it's not like it's no. You
No.
can't call it running, but I love it.
No.
Park run race or not a race?
Race.
Carbons for park run.
Yeah.
Running any weather or treadmill.
Yeah, any weather.
Stretching or no stretching.
I do forget, but stretching, yeah.
Gym work on Strava, yes or no.
Everything on Strava.
Post run beer or post run protein shake.
Protein usually, but I had a beer after I had 7 and it was like sublime.
So it depends.
Yeah.
Stop your watch or not when you're mid run.
Oh, no.
You don't stop it.
No.
So like if you come to traffic lights, you don't.
No.
Do you know?
If the dog stops to do something I need to pick up, then I sometimes stop it, but that's the only
Just
thing.
keep it running. Track races or no track races.
Yeah, track races.
Ice baths and saunas or none.
Neither.
Neither.
No.
Oh, fab. Right, well, that's all our questions. So thanks for joining us and welcome to the team.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Should say you're one of the pacers as well, aren't you?
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I'm pacing the 35-minute race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get to see us all there.
Shall we shout out the Pacers actually?
Should do, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
we
I'm
should.
one of them.
Yeah. My phone's about to die. So 35 minutes we've got Cara.
Yeah.
30 minutes we've got Matt Lucock from Sale Dragons and previous guest. 25 minutes we've got Darren Smith from Hyde Village Striders. 20 minutes we've got Sean Warburton of Local Runners Podcast. And then we've got 18 minutes we've got Mark Collier of Salford. So yeah, we've got all them, they're all booked in, ready to go. So they'll either be in the guest t-shirt or they'll be in the Pacer t-shirt. So yeah, all ready and raring to go.
Looking forward to it.
In our next episode, we'll have an interview with a Sale Harry who has PBs for the 5k of 21:43, 10k 44:55, and the half marathon 1:42. Her son and daughter-in-law have already been on the podcast, and now it's the turn of Linda Rowlinson.